So now you join me to look at playing a ball off a downslope. So we've got a ball here that's sitting on quite a severe downslope. Come a little bit closer to the flag from here, so we're only about 120 yards out from the flag. Again, a couple of things that I need to account for. What will the slope do to me? What will the slope do to the golf ball? The slope is going to encourage us to go downhill into the shot and maybe even fall forwards this way. Because the slope is higher at the back of the ball, it could also encourage us to hit the shot very heavy. And that I tend to think is the biggest problem for people that they find with this shot, is they don't strike the ball cleanly enough. They're coming into the golf ball here and they hit the floor in this position, or they try and avoid the floor there, but that means they actually bypass the top of the golf ball and they catch the golf ball very thin. So it really is a striking problem from this position. How do we get a good contact? And again, similar to when we were playing on the upslope and we tipped our body perpendicular to the slope, we want to try and do the same thing here. So it's about taking the spine angle, tipping it forwards with the hill, really trying to get the shoulders to run down the hill. So it's a strange feeling here, but it's left shoulder lower than right shoulder to try and chase one down the hill. The slope might encourage the golf ball to fade ever so slightly, like the upslope caused a slight drawing action. The downhill slope, maybe running into it here, getting the hands too far ahead, a slight cutting action. But again, the biggest issue for the golf ball is it's actually going to fly quite low. Every bit of degree that's that way is actually taken off the loft on the golf club. So let's say there's a 10-degree slope here, and I need to allow for that with my club selection. So I've gone all the way down to hit a pitching wedge here, just a little 3/4 pitching wedge, which is going to go a lot further than a normal pitching wedge, and a lot lower. It's probably not going to fly as high, therefore it might not spin as much. So I have to allow for this pitching wedge probably to land around the front edge of the green and then chase up from there. So ball position here, I could also help myself by just dropping the ball slightly back of centre. As I set up it slightly back, that encourages the club to get to the golf ball before I catch it too heavy. So the ball is back of centre, my body weight's nicely ahead. I try and stay balanced on this one. I try and get my shoulders to point down the hill to chase the golf club down the slope. Last thing I want to do here would be leaning back and catching it very early, very heavy, well behind the ball. So get my body weight well forwards and try and chase one down the hill, maybe allowing the ball to cut ever so slightly. So setting up now, aiming slightly down the left hand side and expecting the ball to cut a little bit. Playing this little 3/4 wedge to the left of the green, letting it run up. Slightly lower than a normal pitching wedge, chasing up the front edge, got it nicely on the green. There was a small little piece of turf there. Quite importantly, that turf came from after the golf ball as I struck down on it, which is quite important to keep that body weight forwards. Balanced little follow through. Got another one on the green. Chance of a good putt from there.